Magandang araw po muli sa inyong lahat. Ito po muli, Maestro Sunny, nagbabalik para sa isa namang aralin sa Science Grade 4, Changes in Solid Materials. Pero bago pong lahat, nais ko pong ipaalala na mag-like, mag-share at mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel, Maestro Sunny. So these are the things we needed to know in this lesson. After going through this module, you are expected to be able to describe changes in solid materials when they are bent, pressed, hammered, or cut. Identify and describe ways in changing the size, shape, and texture, and other observable properties of solid materials. Describe what happens when solid materials when bent. Describe what happens to solid materials when pressed, and differentiate changes in materials when bent and pressed. And the last one, describe what happens to solid materials when hammered. Ayan. So, ito na naman mga bagay-bagay na ating matututunan sa lesson na ito. So, pagpatuloy po natin. Changes in solid materials. A solid materials has definite shape and volume. Solid materials have different characteristics and properties such as size, shape, color, weight, and etc. Solid materials can be changed through many ways, like what? First, cutting, tearing, folding, twisting, bending, stretching, pressing, coloring, crumpling, melting, and others. So always remember that when these changes happen, there will be no new substance is formed, but a change in form, size, and shape is evident. So yun yung mga makikita. Mag-change lang ng form, ng size, and shape. In this lesson, you will describe changes in solid materials when they are bent, pressed, hammered, or cut. So read the poem below. So meron po tayong tula. Pero bago yan, basahin muna natin tong katanungan. Can you name materials that can be bent, pressed, hammered, or cut? May alam po ba kayo na be-bent, na pre-press, na hammered using a hammer, martilyo, yun, o pamukpok, or cut using cutter or scissors? Okay, so the poem entitled Bend It, Stretch It, Hammer It, and Break It. Bend it, stretch it, hammer it, and break it. Parang merong kantang ganon. So let us continue. This is by May Natividad. So bend it, stretch it, hammer it, and break it by May Natividad. At home I know a wood cabinet is hard. I can't bend nor stretch it. But when I found in my room my broken crayons, pencils, and metal key lied in the window, my younger brother played with them, so I placed them in a row. My mother saw this, and she gave me a coin to buy a metal case that is new. So I got on my bicycle and brought a hammer. But along the way, I found a tin can. So I did bring it at home too. I press and hammer a tin can to make it a pencil case. So this time I know all things I can keep in it surely will be safe and always look new. So ayan, naintindihan po ba yung point? Basahin po natin ulit. At home I know a wood cabinet is hard. I can't bend nor stretch it. But then I found in my room a broken crayons, pencil, and metal key laid in the window. My younger brother played with them, so I placed them in a row. My mother saw this and she gave me coins to buy a metal case that is new. So I got on my bicycle and bought a hammer. But along the way, I found a tin can. So I did bring it at home too. I pressed and hammered the tin can to make it a pencil case. So this time I know all things I can keep in it surely be safe and always look new. So, ayun, that is all about the poem. So let us scrutinize what are the things or what are the different materials mentioned in the poem. So we have here in the picture, we have cabinet, crayons, pencil, key, coins, bicycle, hammer, and tin can. What are the different ways by which these materials are changed? So magbabago ba ang mga materials na yan? By how? Anong dapat nating gawin? What shall we do? Okay, so let us continue the lesson. So we have read the story, the different solid materials found at home. These materials have their own property or characteristics. A wooden cabinet can't be bent because it's very tough, but they can easily be shaped. Toughness means, or this is the ability of materials of being strong and not easily broken or damaged. So matibay, katibayan. So that is toughness. Unlike the wood cabinet, crayons and pencils are brittle. Ano naman ang brittle? Brittleness is the property of materials or fracture or fail upon the application of a relatively small amount of force, impact, or shock. Ayun naman pala, yun yung mga madaling maputol kapag kahit konting force or impact lang ang pwedeng ibigay sa kanila. Kaya naman pala, si crayon mabilis lang maputol at si lapis mabilis lang din maputol pagka hinagis or naupuan or other force that is instilled upon them or applied upon them. A tin can is shaped into pencil case. So yun yung nasa poem kanina, nakakuha siya or nakapulot siya ng tin can at hinammer niya to make it a pencil case. Siyempre, yung mga pwedeng makasugat sa gilid-gilid, kailangan i-hammer mo yon in order that it will not make you cut or it will not make cut on your skin para hindi siya makasugat. This means that materials are malleable, that which can be hammered into thin sheets. This property is called malleability. So yun, nahahammer siya into thin sheets. In car manufacturing companies, bending of iron and steel bars are done in making the parts of the bicycle or other automobiles and appliances found at home. Isn't that amazing? So yun naman pala, pwedeng mag-bend. So may mga bender para makagawa ng bicycle, ng parts ng automobiles or sasakyan, and as well as appliances. Metals are usually shiny and can conduct both heat and electricity. You probably observe electric wires at home. The materials used for this are copper wires. When bent and hammered into thin wires, they will change in size and shape only, but there's no new materials formed. Ayan. So it only underwent change in size and shape. Okay, ductility is associated with the ability of materials to be hammered Thin or stretched into wire without breaking. A ductile substance can be drawn into a wire. For example of ductile materials includes gold, silver, and copper. So these materials, pwede silang i-hammer into thin wires without breaking. Kagaya po ng gold, silver, pwede silang gawing mga jewelries o mga alahas. Ayan, kahit maninipis na singsing or and others. So, and other kind of jewelries. So, pwede silang gawin. Look at the pictures on the next slide. These are materials that have been shaped or made into another materials. Can you name its material found in the picture? Tell what process caused the changes in its size, shape, or texture that make them useful in our daily lives. So let us see. Ayan. So meron dyan, ladle, toothbrush, my sword, my car, and my key. So what are the process to make them useful? So meron dyan hammering, meron dyan bending, and others to make these materials into useful products based on their property. Solid materials can be changed in many ways by cutting, tearing, bending, pressing, and hammering. Such action may change the material's size, shape, texture, color, and other characteristics or properties, but no new material is formed. Ayan, pwedeng i-cut, tear or punitin, i-bend, i-press, or i-hammer para mabago yung kanyang size, shape, texture, and other characteristics. But no new material is formed. Siya pa rin, nabago lang yung size at shape. Halimbawa, yung papel, pinunit mo. May new materials ba? Wala. Nahati lang into two. So, nag-change lang ng size and shape. Ayun. So, yun yung ibig sabihin. Another, yung clay. Pag prines mo yung clay, yung bilog na clay, pag prines mo, may na-form ba na new material? Wala. It only changed from round to flat. Parang ganon. So, yun po yung change in solid materials. So let us try to investigate these properties of materials in the following learning tasks especially designed for you. I hope you will enjoy learning. Solid has definite shape and volume. You can hold solid, so nahahawakan sila. Solid materials have different characteristics or properties such as size, shape, and color and texture. Solid materials can be changed through many ways: by cutting, tearing, folding, twisting, bending, stretching, pressing, coloring, crumpling, melting, and others. So those are the ways of changing materials into many ways. Cutting, tearing, ano ibig sabihin nun? Ipunit. Then folding, marami kayong alam na different kinds of paper folding. Twisting, twist. Then the other one is i-bend. Then the other one is stretching like rubber bands. Then i-press. Then i-color. Then i-crumple, crumpling. Then i-melt and others. Another such action may change the material size, shape, texture, and color, and other characteristics and properties. So that's according to Science Learners Material 4 by Lexicon Press 2015. Solid materials can be bent. When bent, these materials may change their size and shape, but no new materials is formed. Only the physical appearance of the material is changed. So yan, we can only change the physical appearance of solid. Another solid materials can be pressed. When pressed, these materials change their size and shape, sometimes even texture. But no new material is formed, and only the physical appearance is changed. Another solid materials can be hammered using a hammer tool. When hammered, they may change their size, shape, and even texture. However, again, no new material is formed because only the physical appearance is changed. That is also according to Lexicon in Science Learners Material Grade 4, 2015. Activity, learning task number 1. Examine the different solid materials given. Choose the physical activity that will cause the materials to respond. Write the letter of the best correct answer. Ayun, best na nga, correct pa. Okay, so ilalagyan lang ng letter A kung nabibend, B kung nakakat, C if it can be hammered, and D if it can be pressed. Ayan, alin dyan ang nabibend, nahahammered, nakakat, plus these materials. Number 1 can be pressed kasi plastic naman yun, plastic bottle. Then number 2 can be bend, yung slipper pwedeng i-bend or pwede ring i-cut. Then paper can be cut. Then letter D, parang dough, yung dough, pwedeng i-press. Then letter B, yung log, pwedeng i-cut. Then yung letter A, yung number 6, yung kanyang hawakan ng balde. So pwede yun i-bend. Then crayons, pwedeng i-hammered, pwede ring i-cut. Then yung number 8, yung tin can na i-shape into leaves, pwedeng hammered or pwede ring i-cut. So tissue paper, pwedeng i-cut, pwedeng i-hammer din yun. Yung number 11, that is galvanized iron, pwedeng i-hammer. Then letter B, yung watermelon, pwedeng i-cut. Then yung pillow, so number 13, pwedeng i-press, malambot. Number 14, yung spoon, pwedeng i-bend. At yung number 5, yung book, yung pages niya, pwedeng i-cut. Okay, so that's it. This is all about the changes of solid materials. Pivot for A, Learner's Material Quarter 1, First Edition 2020. Abutay et al., that is Teacher's Guide in Science Grade 4 from DepEd. Another from Balatbat, The New Science Link Grade 4, Balatbat et al. Another is Ball W. Key, J. A. Jesse. A. The key phase transition, melting ball, and subliming. The other is Magbanwa. And the other Natividad MLM, Rojas MD. So that is compilation of Enhanced Daily Lesson Log in Science, Grade 4 SDO Cabuyao City. Thank you for your learning materials. Ayan. for watching.